evening, Topsail High School football. And we are live for the 2026 season kickoff of Anchor Down, Topsail Pirate Football Show. This is your weekly protocol for Pirate football. Thanks everybody for coming out. We got a nice crowd tonight. Thanks for everybody joining us live on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. You can check that out at Friends of Topsail Football. Y'all smell that? Can y'all smell it? Y'all smell that floating around in the air? That's football. That's fall. It's here. It's that new car scent floating around. I don't know. I haven't figured out what it means yet, but we will. We're back for another season of this show. We started it last year, and a lot of you guys came out and supported us doing that last year, and we appreciate it. I see a lot of familiar faces, and there's really a lot of new faces out here, which is awesome. We're going to be doing this all season. We got tonight for the kickoff, and then we're going to pick up in week one right before we kick off and beat Dixon. So every Wednesday night. We usually start at 7 o'clock. When it starts getting darker earlier, sometimes we'll kick it back to 6:30. But I got a light bar in the works, so maybe we can keep it at 7. I don't know. My wife says no. We got to keep it at 6:30, but we'll see. So really, to get started tonight, first of all, is Coach here? Where's Coach? There he is. What's up, Coach? How you doing? Good to see you. So anyway, yeah, just to start off and briefly recap. Actually, no, we're not recapping. We're just going to say this. We had a rough year last year, right? Everybody that was around for it can probably agree with that statement. But, there was times that I struggled up here on stage just trying to come up with material to talk about every week. And, I know the last season was rough for the boys, to a lesser extent myself, for Rich and I. And real quick on Rich. Rich is currently traveling back from California. He wants to be here. However, he doesn't like to fly, so I know he's watching right now. Rich, be careful driving from coast to coast. We'll see you in like 6 days when you get back. But anyway, Rich will be back up here throughout the rest of the season. He's just not here tonight. But anyway, going back to my discussion about last year, I was sitting down with my therapist the other night, and I told them that I was considering doing this show again, and they said, Matt, you're nuts. I was like, yeah, that's why I'm here. That's a joke. You guys can laugh. Feel free. But anyway, they said, you're nuts. I said, yeah, that's why I'm here in your office. And, I said, but you know what, Doc? You know what I realized? Yes, last season was tough. But you know what it's like? Do you know what it's like? And they said, Matt, do I know what is like? And I said, do you know what it's like to see a group of young men pour everything they have into something over and over and over, even though they don't always get a positive result? I saw true heart last season. I sat up here and talked about it for 10 weeks. I saw young men play for each other and that logo on their chest despite not finding success on the field, or at least in the win-loss column. They played for pride. I told my therapist, I said, do you know what it's like to see Tyler Vickers absolutely fight for every single inch, for every single yard? Because I do. I said, do you know what it's like to see Pittman McEwen pluck a batted ball out of the air and take it all the way to the house? Because I know what that's like. I said, do you know what it's like to see Paxton Lee absolutely blow up an offensive line? Or Preston Plunkett and Ryan Strickland to absolutely ruin a running back's night? I know what that's like too. I know what it's like to watch Roman Long have a freaking breakout season and step in front of a ball and pick it off, get the defense off the field when they really needed a break. And you know what else? I've seen one of the coolest moments to me. I saw our QB1 battle for a night. Battle so hard and then have to come out of the game. And then I watched a kid who had been, sitting waiting his turn to get in and call the snaps. Come in, Gunnar Haynes. Come in, chin up, held high, and absolutely wreck a defense for an 80-yard scramble. I've seen all of that out of this team. And that's why I'm back. I'm back because they're back, because you're back, and we've got an absolute opportunity this year. There is absolutely no quit in Topsail. There's never been a question. That has never been a question here. Nothing beats a Friday night in Hampstead. When I watch our community come together and cheer on our boys, we have the absolute best attendance in this conference. I don't care what anybody says. I've been around to all of these fields, all of these schools. This is the place I want to be. And I've got a good source for those attendance numbers. His name is Trust Me, Bro. But seriously, I've seen it. Nothing beats Topsail on a Friday night. And I tell you what, if these Albert boys are anything close to what the streets say they are, buckle up, folks. Something special is brewing on St. John's Church Road right here in Hampstead, North Carolina. There's a buzz in the air like I haven't seen in a long time. It's time to put this conference on notice. So what I want you to do is I want everybody to stand up right now. Get up on your feet. Give these boys a round of applause as we get ready to kick off the 2026 Topsail High School football season.
Slow down, ain't no breaks. I'ma go off, I'ma ride tonight. It don't matter what we face. I'ma go off, I'ma ride tonight. I'm the master of my fate. I'ma go off, I'ma go off, I'ma go off, I'ma go off. Yeah, I gotta go now.
All right, we're going to do a little season preview here. We're going to talk about the year, and then we're going to hear from our brand new head coach. See what he's got to say, and then we identified some senior captains today. Well, I say we, I mean the coach. We're going to bring them up and hear from them today as well. But real quick, let's take a look at this schedule. And if you know anything about last year's schedule, this one looks the exact same, except we flipped location. We're going to start off week 1, varsity. Kicks off at home, August 21st versus Dixon. A little bit of revenge game, if you know what I'm saying. All right? JV will be away at Dixon Thursday night, August 20th. I expect our boys to come out firing on all cylinders, and that's going to be a bad night to be a Bulldog, I can promise you that. The next Friday night, August 28th, will be at home again versus Croatan. Maybe another little revenge game, right? JV is away at Croatan Thursday night before on the 27th. Croatan returns their Swiss Army knife quarterback. His name's Cannon McBride. The dude kicks, receives, punts, kickoff. Guy does everything. He catches his own passes sometimes. But anyway, he's returning as a senior. He's going to be tough to stop. They've also got that running back, Andrew Boucher, who had a nice little game against us last year. That ain't going to happen again. Then the next Friday night, September 4th, we are away at Northside Jacksonville. JV will have their first home game the night before on Thursday on the 3rd against Northside Jacksonville. And this team is, it's no secret, they may be the favorite in the Coastal Conference 5A, 6A, and heck, they may be even the favorite in the 5A East. There's a lot of people that are high on them. We'll see if that relays to the field. Then the next week, September 11th, varsity is home versus Jacksonville. JV away at Jacksonville on the 10th the night before. Jacksonville's tough. It may be one of our toughest. It may be the toughest opponent on our schedule. I'd take them over Hoggard, to be honest. They are one of the top 6A teams in the state. They're definitely a favorite in the Big Carolina Conference, 6A, 7A up there north of us. So that's it's a tough non-conference schedule, but we are well equipped, I believe, this season to handle it. And I think we are going to come out with a winning record, if not 4-0 out of non-conference. 4-0 is doable, right? Can I get some? Can we do it? This is an interactive show. All right, then we next Friday night we start our home slate. Right, we're home September 18th against Ashley. JV away at Ashley the night before on Thursday the 17th. Then the 25th of September, we are at North Brunswick. And if you're catching the pattern here, JV is always at the opposite location the night before. So then the next Friday night, October 2nd, we're home against Laney. Then the 9th, we are at Hoggard. October 16th, we're at West Brunswick High School. Then we finally get our bye week on the 23rd of October. They did it to us again. We had a Week 9 bye week last season, and we have another Week 9 bye week this season. You think they would rotate it, but what do you do? And then, fortunately, the night before Halloween this year, and not Halloween night, October 30th, at home versus New Hanover. That's your season schedule. Varsity this season has 6 home games, 4 away, and that was, that's opposite last year. Last year we only had 4 home games. And then we're home 4 of the first 5 weeks, so no excuse. We've got a nice little run at home here to get the season started. If we look around the conference, there's some new faces as far as head coaches go. Obviously, Topsail, we have our own new head coach, and Coach Albert, who joins us from Community School of Davidson over. He makes a trip from I-77 over here, east of 40. We've also got Ashley, who hired a new head coach, and if I say his name wrong, I don't really care. Adam Perzitza, I think is his name. He's the former offensive coordinator at Hoggard. We'll see if he can coach a team. And then Laney hiring a new head coach, Corey Hauser, who is the former defensive coordinator at New Hanover. So that's your look around the schedule and the conference. We play in a tough conference, right? We're a 7A school who really we've got enough. We've got a student body to be big enough to have an 8A school, but at the time, I think we're one of the top 40 in the state, and they only took the top 32 and bumped them up to 8A. So if they would have had 40 8A schools, Topsail would have qualified. But and honestly, I think the 8A might just. I think the toughest competition is in 7A, as far as the state's concerned. So nothing to shy away from. We got a tough schedule ahead of us, but like I said, we're equipped to handle it. I can't wait to see the product on the field. Today was the first day of the official season. So the boys are on the field this morning. Even though they've been on the field all summer, today is actually day 1. And I can't wait to see what they put together come August 21st. All right, moving on. We are going to hear from our new head coach, Coach T.J. Albert. He joins us here at Topsail after leading the Community School of Davis for many years, where he consistently reached later rounds of the NCHSAA playoffs. He brings with him an overall record of 92-67. He's reached at least the 3rd round of the playoffs in each of the last 3 consecutive years. He arrives motivated to turn things around and bring winning back here to Topsail High School. And to me, he immediately reached the potential legend status when he stated during his introductory meeting that he'd beat Ashley in the parking lot. After that same meeting, I went home and had to search the garage for an additional year of eligibility. I couldn't find it. Unfortunately, I was trying to pull a Billy Madison here. But anyway, joining me, welcome please to the stage, head football coach for your Topsail High School Pirates, Coach T.J. Albert. Yeah, you should have sound there. Go ahead. Yep, okay, it's good.
Yep, we're good.
All right, Coach. Welcome.
Thank you.
We're just going to get started off here with this question. I know you've been recently on record answering this question, but for our audience here and for our streamers here on YouTube, why Topsail, right? You left a successful program that has your fingerprints all over it, 2 high school-age sons, one of which is a rising senior, to take over our program, really with a lot of unknowns. So walk me through that decision. What brings you here to Topsail High School?
I think, there's really 2 reasons for it. I think one was, my wife's originally from Los Angeles, and I'm from the New York City area and wanted to get back to the coast. But the reason specifically I chose Topsail, you know, the inconsistency and the lack of stability, I think, historically throughout the program intrigued me.
Scoot a little bit closer.
Right, it intrigued me because, you know, starting the program at CSD, I was able to build it from the ground up and put my thumbprint on it and build it the way I wanted to build it. And there's a lot of similarities here at Topsail with that. You know, I think I saw recently, I know I mentioned it to the boys earlier, the last 3 years we were 8-22 here as a program. You know, that's not very good. And coming in with the opportunity to turn this around and do it the way I want to do it, you know, it excited me. And going through the process and watching film, and before I got to know any of the kids, you know, I've said this before, if you're willing to compete when you're 0-9, then I'm going to win football games with you. It's that simple, right? I mean, it's so easy for everybody to quit when things are going against you, but to watch a group of 16, 17, and 18-year-old kids week in and week out, every week go out there and compete, and you could see that on film. That said all I needed to know about the kids and the community here. So for me, it was just an opportunity to come here and turn this around. I wouldn't have taken the job if I didn't believe I could win and win right now. I'm not someone who accepts losing, likes losing, who is going into a situation not fully confident that we will win football games. And you know, to that point, I didn't need to leave CSD. I didn't need to quite candidly, if I wanted to leave CSD, I didn't need to come to Topsail. I chose to come to Topsail because I truly believe that we can turn this place into one of the best programs in eastern part of North Carolina.
Yeah, and we're glad to have you, honestly. As someone who's been here and involved with the program for several years, you know, like I said, there is no lack of talent. And I think if we can couple it with some experience and some schemes and you know, just steer the ship in the right direction, I think the boys will deliver. But going off of that, what are some of your first impressions, right? I know you've been here now for probably, going on 7 months or so, maybe a little bit longer, but what are some of your first impressions about Topsail, about Hampstead? I mean, other than the traffic and all the construction, but, you know, how's the team coming along so far, and how you settled into town and the high school, and just some of your overall first impressions?
It's been great. You know, I think there's a false narrative out there, especially, you know, in the bigger cities, maybe like Charlotte and Raleigh, that people don't care about football in eastern North Carolina, that it's not important to people at the beach, it's not important to the community, it's not important to the kids. And from day one, you know, it was completely evident to me that was not the truth, that the community cares, the parents have been great, the administration has been fantastic, and the kids have completely bought in from day one and wanted to come out and just, you know, just get to work. And you know, we had 100+ kids all summer long. You know, so that part of it's been great. You know, there is a little bit of a, you know, I've lived in you know, New York City, Los Angeles, Orange County, California, and Charlotte. So, you know, this is probably the smallest town I've ever lived in. But and there's you know, there's some pluses and minuses to that. But you know, the community's been great. Everybody's been supportive. My kids love it. My wife loves it. We're happy to be here. Again, we chose to be here. We're building a house in the community. I'm not going anywhere. So I am, you know, I'm really excited to get this thing going on the 21st.
Have you gotten out to the beach?
Yeah, we have. We've gotten there a few times.
Yeah?
Yeah, we enjoy that.
We never go, I feel like. I mean, it's like we just got back from Florida. We went to the beach more in Florida than we do. It's weird. My wife's glaring at me. How you doing? All right. All right, back to being serious. So tell me about the team, right? So you've been with them all summer. You've you know, gone through summer ball. You've had 1 day of official practice. Talk to me about your team. What gives you some optimism? This isn't some long, drawn-out rebuild. What tells you we can win and win now? You touched a little bit on this, but just some of your thoughts about the team so far through the summer.
Well, I think it goes, really, you'd have to go back to when I got here in January and got in the weight room with the kids, had an opportunity to watch Coach Sharp in action with the kids, watching the kids, get after it. Again, when you go 0-10, it's really easy to just not put any effort into it and not be willing to get back after it. And that was not the case with those kids. It hasn't been the case. So I think seeing that with the amount of seniors that have come back with game experience, a lot of the young talent that I think came up from the JV level. And again, I'm going to harp on it, but watching film and watching the kids compete, 0-8, 0-9, fighting every play, down 20, 28, 35, didn't matter. They were still competing. And, you take that, you take all the kids that were willing to get after in the weight room in January and February, and then when we get to spring football, kids get out there, and then, you get 110 kids out there in the summer pretty consistently. That's what winning programs do, right? And if I didn't know any better and I was just looking at this from, high level, I'd say, hey, this is a winning program with the amount of the effort, the numbers, the energy. I wouldn't have known this team was 0-10. And I told the kids, I want to say this was in the summer, at some point, we were doing some stuff in practice, and they were just getting after it, and we were competing and flying around, and the energy was great. And I told them then, I said, this right here is what championship teams do. This right here is what teams that go to the third, fourth, fifth round of the playoffs do. The willingness just to compete, the willingness to get better every day, the willingness to be coached. Every one of these kids is coachable, and that's another huge part of this. They haven't had one kid here say, no, I know everything. It's hard to say that, I think, when you're 8-22 the last 3 years, but it's been really fun to see how energized the kids are, how willing they are to be coached, how they're sponges, they want more information, they want to be coached hard. So, to me, it's, everything I've seen has been exactly what a coach wants to see to turn something around.
Outstanding. So shifting a little bit from the team, can you introduce me to your coaching staff? Can you walk us through who you brought back as far as Topsail's concerned from last year, and then maybe some new faces that we might see on the sideline this season?
I hope I don't forget anybody.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, that's
here.
okay. When I had gotten when I knew I was getting the job before it was announced, the very first call I made was to Coach Sharp. I think I might mention that to the high school OT. And it was important for me to try to, he was on the interview committee, so I had an opportunity to kind of meet him early on. And I was impressed with him during the interview process, and I really felt it was important to have some consistency with, the third coach in 3 years, and who knows how many athletic directors and how much, the same time frame. So I wanted to have some consistency for the kids.
And it's like the Browns at quarterback.
Yeah, right.
Go ahead, sorry.
And after talking to Coach Sharp, I was really impressed and felt like, if I can keep him, then I can get some pieces to fall into place. There was a time there, to be quite candid, I wasn't sure if I was going to keep him. And he decided to thankfully stay on. And then from there, I said, who do we need to keep right now on the staff? And we kept Coach Joyce and Coach Carton. Coach Carton's going to help. He's going to the defense side of the ball with Coach Sharp. And then from there, it was a little bit harder for me because I don't know anybody out here, right? Everyone I knew basically was Coach Sharp, Dr. Sasser, and Coach Moore, right? I didn't have a lot of contacts here in the Wilmington area, so I reached out to some people and made some calls and ran into some dead ends and got some other people that said, hey, this person might be interested, that person might be interested, and talked to a bunch of different people. And then Coach McGee, who was previously the athletic director here, has got a very impressive football background, was a previous head coach. he reached out, and we had a great conversation. We went and had a burger somewhere down in Wilmington, and we talked, and he was on board, and he was willing to come back, which I think says everything about everything you need to know about him. And I was super excited to get him to come back, and then went through some other things, and then Coach Levitt, who was here, left to go to Trask, came back, and I will tell you, he's one of the sharpest offensive line coaches I've ever been around. I think what he's done, I know what he's done since he's been here with this offensive line has been remarkable, and we are so far ahead of where I thought we would be at this point with that unit. I mean, it's incredible. So I was able to keep Coach Freedy as well. And then Coach Pendergraph, who was also a head coach in the area. He was at Laney, and I can't remember where he was before that. He was in the building, and I kind of knew his background and approached him and said, he was subbing in the building. Said, hey, I'm looking to add to the staff. I wanted former head coaches on staff. I wanted people that have been doing this a long time and understand the ebbs and flows of the game, and also turning a program around isn't easy. So I wanted somebody that had a wealth of knowledge, but also really had passion and love for the game. And we were fortunate to be able to get him as well, and get the whole group in.
Awesome.
So
thanks, Chad.
I don't think I left anyone off, did I? Ty, did I miss anyone?
Players will know.
Coach Carton I mentioned. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Sounds like an absolute A+ staff. All right. Excited you guys are here. I mean, I can't say it enough. Just super excited for this season and what the product that's going to be on the field here. So I kind of I asked this to our previous head coach on our first show last year, and I'm going to ask you the same thing. And I think it's just from a different perspective. In year one here, what defines success to you here? Like, is it a playoff berth? Is it a set number of wins? Is it just to see, a culture shift? What to you, in your mind, defines a successful year one?
Winning a conference championship. I mean, the kids have heard me say that. I'm not going to shy away from. I'm here to win football games. That's.
Yeah, let's come on.
I think it was like the second or maybe the third day here. I was in the gym and I looked up and there's a football banner hanging there, and there's nothing on it. And I'm like, well, what's the banner hanging for? It's just a banner, right? So our goal is simple. The kids know this. It's we're here to compete for a conference championship and to win it, to make the playoffs and advance. I mean, that's it. So, if we go 7-3 and win a playoff game, yeah, it's a good year, but that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to win a conference championship and win a state championship, and we will continue to work and get better every week until we achieve that goal, and that's the ultimate goal. And I think if that's not what you're here to do, then maybe you should go do something else, because that's just not the way I'm wired.
That's right. Change the mindset from day one. I like it. So last one for you, and we'll let you go for the night. But just kind of an open floor here. What else do you want people to know about you and your coaching philosophy? Anything in particular, or just kind of just free to share anything else you want to share about yourself, or what you see taking place this year?
I think sometimes from the outside looking in, people might see me, I'm pretty animated, if anyone's been out to practices, or but I think two things. I love this game, but more importantly, I love teaching the game to kids. And I love watching kids achieve whatever their goal is. And for some kids, that might be going to play Division I football. For some kids, that might just be having a successful high school conference championship season, right? And whatever it is for that individual, I'm here to help them achieve that goal. I can assure you that as animated as I get, I understand that that they're kids and we're all trying our best to win games. And I tell kids, I've told the kids this a lot. I'm never yelling at a kid. I'm yelling at the result. I'm upset with the result, not the kid, right? And sometimes I think when you're looking and from the stands, you're like, oh gosh, he's really getting after it. It's the kids know it. I mean, we don't walk off the field without having conversations. And at the end of practice, we were always very positive. But I'm not going to apologize for my passion because I think that's one of the things that makes me who I am and has made me successful. I'm going to get after it. But we're going to win games.
Outstanding. And it's our job as supporters of the program, as parents, as players, as the community, to be right behind him, supporting our boys, and watching something that we can all be proud of take place right up here off of Highway 17 every Thursday and Friday night. Coach, we appreciate it. Welcome. We're glad you're here. On behalf of everybody, thank you, and we're looking forward to the season.
Appreciate it. Thank you,
Coach TJ Albert. All right. We're going to shift here. So today at practice, we named, when I say we, I mean the coaches, they named 4 senior captains. And I don't know if it's been made public yet, but it's about to be. I get the honor of doing that. When I call their name, they're going to head up here to the stage and have a seat right here beside me. Number 53, senior defensive lineman. Coming back, getting ready for another big season, Pittman McEwen. Number 52, getting ready to wreck offensive lines all the way up and down. I don't know, where are we? The coast, I guess. Number 52, senior defensive lineman, Paxton Lee. I saw a graphic today on Instagram from some, some content maker out there that covers high school sports, and it was a graphic of the coastal tackle leaders. And I was looking at it, and I saw number 8, and I saw the pirate logo right there, and I looked, and I was like, hey, that's us. And right beside that name, number 11, senior linebacker, Preston Plunkett. Bringing the hair and all with him up here. I told Preston I was going to adopt him as my player this year since Landon's gone. And last but not least, on that same graphic I'm talking about, I started scrolling left, and then there was like 41, right? The 41st in tackles in the eastern part of the state. And I saw this guy's name, and I thought to myself, wasn't he injured like the first 4 games of the season? Didn't he get injured like against Dixon and then go out and he was still in the top 50 of tackles? That's hard work, man. Number 13, senior linebacker, Ryan Strickland. Ryan, you have to stand, buddy. Come right, stand right there behind, or between Pittman and Paxton. All right, guys. These guys here are all multi-time guests, I feel like. I feel like you guys were all up here at 1 or 2 times last season talking about something crazy you did on the football field. But welcome back. How we feeling, guys? Okay, so pull the mic out of that holder right there, and you guys all can weigh in on these questions. I didn't pick certain questions like I normally would for each person. This is just going to be a panel kind of discussion. Pass the mic around. You all can weigh in on all these questions. This is about you. So I don't care how long. We'll be here till midnight. I don't care. They might not be, but I'll be here. Just kidding. Anyway, congratulations on being named a team captain this season. Definitely, there's a ton of guys out there that deserve to be a captain, I think, but you can only have a certain amount, and you guys are definitely on the list of 7, 8, 9, 10, or whatever that I would pick. So how does it feel? How does it make you feel? What does this role mean to you? How do you plan to execute your duties as team captain moving through this season?
Sorry, what was the question?
Paxton Lee, everybody. Paxton, congratulations on being named a team captain. How does it make you feel, and what does the role mean to you?
I think it's an honor. I try to always lead, I guess is the word. It means everything. I've grown up in Topsail. I played for Topsail football, like TJP, since I was 5. And then now being a captain this year, it just means a lot. It puts me in a position of leadership, but also coaches. We're talking about today that we're all leaders, so we got to do a good job at leading each other and leaning on each other and just doing great things this season.
Absolutely. Good answer. Good answer. What you got?
All right.
What does it mean to you?
All right. I've been here for 4 years, and every year I've wanted to win. My freshman year was my first year actually at Topsail, and ever since I was there, I just wanted to win. And I've always tried to step into a leadership role. And this senior season, I think it'd be the best one we've ever had in history. And I want to help do it, and we're gonna do it.
Awesome. I like it. Ryan.
Being named the captain, I feel pretty honored, but it's really just a name. You can lead without being a captain is just a name.
Okay.
So.
All right. It's a good way to look at it.
I would say I'm definitely honored to get the respect from my coaches and teammates. Like Paxton said, right after Coach Albert named it, he said that we have to have 55 other captains. So just making sure everyone's staying on task during practice, that's the biggest thing.
Something's up with the mic here. I changed the batteries. They're brand new, so I don't know what's going on. Here you go. If that one dumps, we'll just pass this one around. But okay, next question. Obviously, a tough season last year, to say the least. I'm assuming you guys have taken some time to reflect. It's been a long off season. But if there's anything you can take away from last year that can help you this season, or anything that you can take away from last year to help you as to lead your teammates or your underclassmen or new players to the team, what is that?
Yeah, I would say to learn how to deal with adversity. Obviously, we faced a lot last year, and just being able to go through that the entire season, because we're going to go through that again this year, and being able to do that and just have a good season this year and kind of put that in the past now.
That's a good answer. So no matter what you face, you're obviously going to face some kind of adversity throughout the season, but it's always, experience is a weapon, right? So having gone through certain things before can only help you in that situation. I agree. That's a good answer.
Just building off what Pittman said, like I said, I've been playing since I was 5 in the Topsail program, and I feel like when we get down, we just kind of give up. Even if it's a one-score game or something bad happens, we give up. So I think, facing adversity is something that I mean, everyone's going to have to face in their life, whether it's football or on or off the field. So we need to be able to, bounce back and just understand, like, have that mental toughness to just not give up and keep fighting. I know you said last year, we didn't give up. So, we just got to trust in each other and, build off that.
Awesome.
All right. Honestly, the biggest thing is just don't even worry about it. Like, you can look back at, like, the film from last year, study from it, but the biggest thing is just worrying about the next season. I mean, everything from that past season's gone. I mean, we lost seniors, we lost coaches, and then, we gained new coaches, gained new players, and you just got to make the best of what you got, and, yeah, we're going to do it.
Let the past be in the past. I like it.
We've done a really good job this year of making sure the kids that want to be here are staying here and actually wanting to do whatever it takes to win.
All right, so we got make sure we got buy-in, right? Awesome. All right, next question. So we're gonna, like Preston said, we're gonna leave the past in the past, and we're gonna look at the future, right? So tell me about this year's team. Now that you've been through summer ball and you're one day into the official start of the 2026 season, you kind of touched on it, Ryan. But what's the mindset, throughout the team, and what's your initial takeaway?
What do you mean?
What do I mean about the team? Like, the players, your teammates, and how the coaching staff, the scheme that they've brought in. What do you feel? How do you feel about it as far as optimism goes into the season?
I feel like we've had a bunch of more kids this year that, like I said, want to be here and we want to win, and we're going to prove it that we will win.
All right. I like it.
All right. Already, like, this year, the second, like, Coach Albert got announced and people realized, like, what he did, it gave us, like, hope that we never even knew we could have, honestly. And like last year, like, some people would go to the fields and get extra work in, but, like, this year we got, like, just new hope, and so many more people have, like, got together and gone to the fields and, like, just got together in general. Last year, like, the senior, since I was a freshman, the seniors were never really, like, get with the underclassmen. There wasn't, like, a lot of, like, hangouts between, like, different class levels. But this year I feel like the seniors and, like, everyone has just done, like, a really good job of, like, getting together, like, no matter what. Like, outside of football, we're building chemistry. It's going to translate to the field, and, it's going to help us play as a team that's better.
That's that culture shift, right? It's a family. I like it. Pax.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yes. Tell me about the team this year, your teammates, your coaches, the changes that have basically been installed throughout the summer, and how's the mindset going into the season?
Yeah, so I think the mindset has shifted dramatically. One thing that I think we have that no ever Topsail team that I've ever been on, I've experienced, is we have a certain edge to us. Like, for example, last year we kind of just, like, take stuff. This year we're not, like, I'm not going to delve too deep into it because, but there's been some trash talk and stuff. But the teams, I guess we can't talk a lot because we went 0-10. But they don't know what's coming, and I hope they're watching right now because they're not ready. I'm not going to lie.
Put them on notice.
Yeah.
Put them on notice. I like it. Pittman.
Yeah, I would kind of go off what Preston said. I think this team is so much closer than it was last year. I think that the seniors and juniors have done a great job of kind of including the freshmen and sophomores even. Like, we'll go hang out, whether it's at the fields, at the gym, or, like, we'll go to, like, Paxton's community pool and play, like, cornhole or something. But, yeah, just trying to get better every day and working towards the goal of a conference championship.
Right on. Who's the best cornhole player?
Me, definitely. Definitely me.
They all said me. All right. I saw y'all playing over there. Who won? All y'all won? Okay. All of them were the best player. Next question. and I think I probably know the answer to this, and I'm going to put you on the spot because if you get this wrong, your coach is here. What do you hope to accomplish this season? What defines success for you guys?
Definitely a conference championship. I would say the best record in program history, I think, is what we're all striving for.
Yeah? Same across the board, I take it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Gonna have state championship in there as well.
Ooh, all right. Go big or go home.
Yeah, definitely win the conference championship, getting deep into the playoffs, and just trying to get some of our points back from last year and just run up the score.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, definitely conference championship, but in order to do that, we just got to win the day every day.
Right. That's right. Yeah. All right. Last question, and you can leave us with this. What's one thing you've got everybody's ear here live and on YouTube, and what's one of the most important things that you want to say that if you had, well, you do have the stage, but what's one thing that you want to say to your teammates, to the community, to your parents that they need to know about this team and about Pittman-McEwen this season?
I would say this team's different. Like I said, the chemistry is amazing. I think we work really hard when we're there. We get after it in the weight room. And I would say the same for myself. I work really hard and striving to go play college football.
All right. Pax, same question. Do I need to repeat it?
I think I'm good
You
this
got
time.
it?
Thank you. One thing what they need to know about me and my teammates and the team is that I just want everyone there. You know, we had a bunch of show up even when we were 0-10. You know, people kind of left at halftime, but you know that's not going to happen this year. I just want people to like truly buy into the program with outside the program. You know, fans like support, show up, be loud. We're going to need it, especially you know playoff games. We're going to need it. That's all I can say.
4 varsity home games in the first 5 weeks. Topsail. 4.
Honestly, I know like we're all just like talking right now and everything, like saying we're gonna do stuff, but come like mid-season, come end of the year, I mean it's gonna be a long year, but come end of the year, I mean we're gonna be whoever's up here. I mean y'all are gonna see like what we do. That's it.
All right. Talk is cheap. Yeah.
Just like Paxton said, we got to change the tradition around here. And to my teammates, you just got to want it and don't feel sorry for yourself.
You put it right back there. All right. Well, fellas, I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to watching you guys on the field this year once again. I really, truly believe there's big things on the horizon for you guys. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that, you know, what you put on the field is absolutely going to back up the words that you say up here on this stage. So proud of you guys. I'm looking forward to it. Your 2026 Topsail High School football senior captains.
Look, I just flipped the switch. Flip, flip. I don't know nobody else that's doing this. Bodies start to drop, ayy. Hit the front. Now they wanna know.
All right.
Since I hit the top, ayy. This a rolling, not a
So we're going to wrap it up here for tonight. What a turnout. Like, this is awesome. This is way more than we had at any point last season. Keep this energy, guys. Seriously, keep this energy. Like I said, every Wednesday night starting the 19th of August, we're going to be here at Oval and Ale unless it rains. If it rains, I'm not setting this stuff up, and I know you guys don't want to get out here. So luckily, we didn't have a Wednesday night that rained last year, and we were able to do this. But if it rains, I'm going to jump on and just do a stream, just talking about the week and recapping the last week, anything pertinent that anybody needs to know, and it'll be on YouTube. But if we can be here, we're going to be here. Before we sign off, I just want to say to the team, I get a unique opportunity to sit up here every Wednesday night and y'all listen to me. But like these guys said up here, the past is in the past, right? You got a new opportunity ahead of you every single day. And I said this a lot last year. Stay in the moment, right? Especially you seniors. Stay in the moment. Take every day for what it is, right? Use every single day to make yourself and your team better, and it's going to pay off. And it's going to reflect in that win-loss column. We've got you. Well, I say we as a community, but you guys have such an opportunity. All right, you asked for an A+ coaching staff. You got it. Right? You asked for teammates that care. You got it. You asked for a community to come out and support you. We got it. Right? Don't let it go to waste. Take advantage of it. Stay in the moment. And I can't wait to watch y'all kick off the 21st against Dixon. So we'll be back week 1, August 19th. That's our next show right here. This is a production of Friends of Topsail Football. Our FTF board includes myself, Rich Mabberley, who is, again, currently driving back from California. Hey, Rich, I know you see me. His wife, Sarah Mabberley, is on the board. Chad McEwen right here up front. Wave your hand, Chad. How you doing? His wife, Catherine McEwen. And Shannon Batts over here, who is, hiding over here. There she is. That's our FTF board. Also, our FTF general members. We've kind of done a general membership this year. If you're interested in participating and volunteering in FTF as much or as little as you'd like, right? We're not going to turn anybody away. But if you're interested in it, we've got general meetings every month, and something, I guess I'll say it now. August 4th is our next meeting, but it's going to have to be rescheduled. I'll send out info. The county let me know that we've got givebacks training, like booster club training or whatever at county, and they just threw that on me like last week. So the board's going to have to go down and do that. So we're going to have to move our August 4th meeting. More info to follow on that. But if you're interested in becoming a general member, it's $25 for the year. You get a vote in the annual election. And we've got different committees that you can take part in, whether it's setting up the sideline, running the scoreboard, or in the press box, chains. We've got, people to help out with sponsorships and fundraising. We've got a senior committee that's going to plan different events for the seniors throughout the year. We've got the meal committee who take care of pregame meals and bus snacks and whatever else that we got to do to help support the team and help support coach. So we need help. We need your help. I need your help. So if you want to come out and get involved, we'd really appreciate it. And thank you to everyone that's done so far. I'm really optimistic about, after fighting for our lives as a booster club all summer, I'm so excited about where we are now and the path forward. If you would ask me 2 months ago, I wouldn't have thought that we'd be here right now, but we are. So we're going to take advantage of it. All right, so we've got some social media accounts. Maybe you know about them. Maybe you've heard of them. We got a Facebook account, Friends of Topsail Football on Facebook. We share all kinds of stuff for parents. I mean, it's everybody can post to it. You might have to go through an administrative approval process to post to it, but if you want to post something, do it, and we'd approve it. Don't get mad if it gets denied. We don't like to have ads on there, from non-sponsors, and we get companies coming in trying to advertise on the FTF Facebook, and we don't allow none of that. So if it's something that doesn't pertain to the group, then we'll deny it. But if it's good, we'll approve it. We've got an Instagram page. It's at Topsail High Football on Instagram. A lot of the players and students follow that. It's a lot of cool media throughout the season, so check that out. We've got an X account, formerly known as Twitter, at Topsail Football, and that's a cool thing this year that we have. If you're a player and you do something cool, whether it's go to a camp or you get an offer from a college or you get an award or you've got a newspaper article or whatever, and you post it to X, tag at Topsail Football, and so we can gas it and share it and kind of spread it out, right? So it's a place that college coaches can follow, and we can kind of shine the spotlight on the players, and it gives, all these recruiters and colleges a centralized location to come and see your stuff. So as the season goes on and you clip your highlights and you share film and all that, tag at Topsail Football on X, and we will distribute it for you as well. We've got a YouTube page, and we've got an audience watching live right now on YouTube. It's at Friends of Topsail Football on YouTube. If you're watching right now, get on there and give us a thumbs up, right? The more thumbs up and interaction we get, the more integrated into that thing called the algorithm we get, which means more people sees it, which means Hoggard can be put on notice because they get to watch it too. All right, I think I'm done. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. Oval and Ale, man. One more thing. I want to say Oval and Ale, hey, they let us come in here and use all their stuff, Wi-Fi and electricity. Oval and Ale is awesome. Jamie, you and your staff and your food and everything is top-notch, Class A, excellent. Jamie's not here tonight. He's actually his son, Brian. Cool story. His son Brian is playing for the 12U All-Stars, the Diamond League National Championship, Topsail Baseball Club, right now in Mississippi. They're going for the hardware. That's awesome. Right here from little old Hampstead, North Carolina. So that's where he's at. We told him today that we will be cheering for him. And Jamie, thanks for everything you do, not only for the football team, but for the entire athletic department, Topsail High School, all the youth programs around here. He absolutely 100% cares. All right. Well, that's it. Guys, everybody, thank you for coming out. I'm excited for the 2026 season. I'm excited to get started. Thanks for coming out, kicking off this season. We'll see you guys week 1 when we get ready to beat the Bulldogs.